Welcome, Aries. Thank you for tuning in to your September reading. I hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna tune in for this energy for this month. We are dealing with Mercury going in retrograde, and because that is in Libra, that's your opposite. It will be mostly in your seventh house, and then moving back into your sixth. So I am definitely sensing when it comes to like communication and things just sort of being a mutual understanding between you and someone who's close to you. This could be a significant other, this could be a family member, just inner close relationships basically. And certain things just kind of sort of flowed. It was like a communication that it was just flowing and it was just fine, and certain things were just in mutual understanding. It wasn't we didn't really need that much explaining. It was sort of like an acceptance on both ends and things like that. I'm sensing that this month certain conversations are going to be coming up about things that maybe kind of have been just going with the flow because it was summer and when we don't make a big deal out of it, or certain things were just kind of put on the back burner. And I'm sensing that this month those type of conversations might actually just come towards you. Maybe it's also you actually extending yourself because you want to have certain conversations and you want to express yourself, or you want to get some clarification on someone's behavior or someone's actions towards you basically. So what I am sensing is that if you're a bit, if this isn't like if you're able and capable of sort of trying to be open for those conversations and to not feel that it has to like be put back into the corner where it was and where it was comfortable and all of that, if you're really willing to get a little bit uncomfortable with certain conversations or looking at some truth, okay? And this could definitely also just be you and maybe a certain coping mechanism you've been adapting, or just a way of speaking to yourself in order to get yourself up in the morning, right? Or just push yourself through things. I feel like this month it's like your subconscious just comes up and really is sort of like confetti spreading all over your relationships. It could be the relationship with yourself, you and your higher self, your mind versus your heart, but also definitely when it comes to like close relationships, people who are connected to you on a day-to-day basis, or just overall are part of your life in that way. So yeah, it's like almost like your subconscious has been put a little bit on the back burner. It's like, it's okay, we'll deal with that. But it's gut feeling. Maybe you have a gut feeling about something, right? Like maybe you just feel like someone is acting a little bit shady or just off. Like, just like, why are you acting this way? Why are you just, I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it, but I'm feeling like you're just kind of sort of hiding things or doing things behind my back, or just you're moving differently. That's an energy. Like your subconscious is like it's very interconnected, because the full moon in Pisces as well is also hitting you right in your 12th house, and it's almost like a build up, and on September 10th Mercury will move retrograde, but also that full moon will happen at the same day. So let's just say, okay? I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Do not fear this. This is definitely helping you forward. And sometimes, yeah, we do have to get sort of uncomfortable a little bit in order to get unstuck and actually get into a much better position where we're not just comfortable, we're actually, enjoying ourselves, and we're a place where we can feel like like we're growing and evolving and thriving again, and just happy, and instead of just being content. Here we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's like there's a couple things you might be walking around, or the other person, and it's almost like I'm sensing also an energy like, even if you are having conversations, there's so much more that you can actually say, but you decide to like not put everything out on the table just at once. but maybe you have multiple people to, you know, discuss some sorts with. You might leave 2 with that person, you might leave 3 with another, or maybe, you know, it's parts of yourself. So maybe it's about timelines, you know. Maybe you're dealing and subconscious bringing up stuff from when you were 15, or when you were 21, or when you were 37, or if you're not 37 yet, you know, it could be phases. It could be like I said, like your teen years or your youth, and you kind of just needed to you get things off your chest. And so you're not the one who has to carry all these coping mechanisms in order to keep everything, you know, in alignment. I'm also sensing, and that was something that I was feeling very strongly, it might be something you shine a light upon, you meditate. This is definitely that, you know, subconscious inner conversation. It's just like you might actually look a little bit closer at companionship versus ownership. Okay, that might be something that's coming up. Either you feel like someone is trying to like own you and control you instead of being a partner and stand next to you and you help each other build. It's almost like you feel an ownership of someone, or maybe you have been doing this subconsciously, not like maliciously, like I own you, you are mine. You can't breathe if I tell you so. It's not like that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes subconsciously it comes from a place of fear of losing, fear of you know, being abandoned, and then from that and coping and mechanism starts to develop, and we could like actually act from a place of ownership when that is just definitely not the case what you want to do, but it can come off that way with the Knight of Swords. So once again, you're taking a closer look at what you've been walking around, and you are definitely coming outwards with it. Right? You're ready to like take a leap of faith and just, yeah, it's almost like taking a leap of faith. It's like, you know what? I don't, if this is what the situation is, if this is what a friendship or a relationship means, that I have to keep all of these to myself, and I just kind of just have to put on a smile or just go with the flow and not speak about it and just keep it to myself, then maybe I don't even want that. Maybe that's not enough for me. So I'm taking a leap of faith, or at least getting everything off my chest, so there's an opportunity for things to get better, right? You're giving yourself that chance. So yeah, that's something I'm feeling around you guys. But let's see what else is coming up, because not only that, you know. Let's see what else is coming up for you. Beautiful. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is definitely a class of the Titans, okay? Look at this. And then you're on your journey. You go ahead, and here's the slowest moving knight of the deck. It's like, hold up, wait a minute, boy. Where you going so fast? Haven't you heard Mercury is in retrograde? I mean, you take things slow. All right? That's the thing. Things can come to light when it comes with like a Knight of Swords. It's like you want to jump on it. It's good to express yourself, because like I said, there's some very valid points and some things that may have been left over from other cycles of retrogrades where you kind of just kept it to yourself. So it's good to express yourself, but it's not what you're saying, what you're expressing. It's how you express it, right? How you get it off your chest. Just because it's been boiling up within you, that other person may have been in like the unknown. Like they didn't even know you were feeling that way. So when you finally decide to come out with it, it can come up like you are running around with a sword just cutting everyone, right? Inflicting the hurt back onto others. It's about moving steady. Because the thing is, with the Knight of Pentacles, it has an intention of building. So when you express yourself, it's with an intention of, I want things to be better. I just don't want to like completely destroy everything we got, because it's not for my, you know, it's not into my liking. So I'm just destroying everything. Burn it all. Burn down the house, please. You know, it's about having that constructive criticism. Means that it can be something that can be worked with, right? So that's something to keep in mind, because it's a to have this type of feelings, like you want to express yourself in a time where actually everything could just come off, like, you know, you're just being mean, or you're just, you know, like that. It's like at the same time it's a beautiful time of receiving, so it can be received. Just really have to take it easy when it comes to the communication, because then there will be no misunderstanding. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. If someone expresses themselves, it can come off badly, so ask questions like, I'm sorry, like if you're saying it like that, comes off to me that you mean this. And then it made me say, oh well, damn, I wasn't aware. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm actually, you know, saying this. So like, oh, okay, well, thank you for clarifying that, because I was about to jump on you, just saying that. Glad we got that up, you know. So it's about making others aware how they come off, and people, and being open for people also making you aware on how it comes, you know, about, like how they're receiving what you're saying. So maybe you can, like, you know, sort of derail that, and it's like, no, wait a minute. I'm not trying to fight you right now. I'm definitely just literally just letting you know, because, you know, it's kind of bothering me, and I don't want to feel this way about you and me. So that's why I'm expressing myself. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. People are more open to receive. So, like I said, it's like a little bit of double-edged sword here and there, but at the same time, it's full of potential. Because with the Knight of Pentacles as well, it's like, no, there is a lot of things that can come from this. A lot of healing and a lot of growth. So here we have the Emperor. Woo! Aries. Oh, I love it when you show up in your most highest evolved sense of self. When you feel better again. I love that. I got really excited just there. I'm sorry if I was screaming in the mic. But it's just a feeling. When you guys come up as the Emperor, it's just so much more in alignment, and it's because you're doing things for yourself. You really needed to get some things off your chest, so you really needed to do some things for yourself. You may have been procrastinating on something you just really wanted to do, but a lot of things been getting in the way of that. But you're ready to do that work. Look, 8 of Cups, so something that kept you from looking at yourself like this and channeling the energy of your, you know, higher self, basically your Emperor energy. It's a very high state. With the 8 of Cups, it's like maybe some of you have had some feelings of fear of one sec. It's almost like a fear of settling down, like being settled down, basically. Maybe that's a little bit that feeling of that ownership that I was getting. Like maybe you feel like people want to own you or something, and it's like, ew, you know, you feel restricted. And that's definitely not the case in a healthy relationship, you know, when it comes to like a healthy relationship for you. So also you're not feeling the need to own somebody's, you know, being. Like it's like we're just coexisting, and it's a really fun ride so far. Of course, we have some little bumps in the road, but we make it work, and it actually brings us closer together. So it's good, right? Because that's the thing as well. It's like you guys, you know, you are the first sign of the zodiac. You're being known for, you know, being a fire sign and being in your headspace sometimes, and you can come up really rough and quick, you know, to respond. But at the same time, you guys also don't really like to fight, especially not with like your, you know, significant other. And a lot of times, you know, you can come up, it can blow up, and then, you know, one day later, everything is back to, you know, where it was, because the conversation needs to be had in order to calm your mind down. So it's like it's also because you guys are cardinal, right? So it's like, yes, start and moving to the next thing. So from energy to a mood, from a mood to a mood. And it's not like it's your fixed sign and it just stays there and lingers for a couple of weeks. You know, it's like you can't function in that space because you feel limited. You don't like limitation. So I'm saying with the Emperor and the 8 of Cups, you really are ready to leave a couple of those, you know, deep-rooted emotions, and you're healing and you're leaving some behind, so you can actually feel more empowered again. Because there were certain things that were on your mind, on your chest, that really took a lot of your power away, but the power you give yourself, right? It's like the way you empower yourself, but there was something in the way of that. So you're clearing out that energy in order to feel that again. So that's really, really good. Here we go. We have the 7 of Cups. And the moon card fell on the floor. I have a little thing with my spine, so I'm not going to go underneath the desk for now, but I know it's the moon card, so you do not need to rush into make any decisions. Obviously, Mercury retrograde is not the greatest time to like sign all kinds of new contracts and buy a new home. Like wait that out a little bit. Look who's here. The Knight of Cups. Beautiful. Knight of Cups is here as well. So understand that right now, not all options have shown themselves, but they will come. So take it easy when it comes to like jumping on a new thing. But just trust your emotions and use this energy and this time to come in alignment with it. And from that space, like moving forward, you're moving much more lightly again. Like you're moving towards the Knight of Cups. So you have all night. So it is about forward movement. We're going somewhere. We're on the journey. It's not, we're still thinking about the journey with the page. No, we are on the journey. And on that journey, you can definitely, transform your energy. So you are on a journey. You are in movement. And sometimes it feels like we might be in a standstill, but you are definitely on a journey. Look, with the Two of Pentacles, you already are capable. Sorry, that was a lot of fallout, but I did have some flip over, so I'm using this. Beautiful. Six of Swords with the Ace of Cups, Aries. That's very powerful because, like I said, you have that Nine of Pentacles that you move into. You see, you get off this horse, you're like, you know what, this might be the move right now, and instantly you feel a lot better about it. So you have the Eight of Cups, leaving certain things behind. There might still be things lingering. There might be some loops going on in your mind. Allow them to just be there. Don't read too much into them. Focus on what makes you feel good. Focus on where you want things to move towards instead of where things are or where they have been. And with the Two of Pentacles, you're already multiplying that one pentacle. So you are definitely moving forward on a new, healthier path where things are moving and growing and evolving for you again. With the Six of Swords and the Ace of Cups, you're finally being able to move out of a rough water that you might experience, have experienced or you will be experiencing this month, and you move into the Ace of Cups. So like I said, all the inner work and things that you're doing, it is for a real great cause, because what it gets you is a much more emotional light energy. Like I said, you're moving from contentment into actual enjoyment. So that's a shift, and that is where you get your energy from. So you first do that work within you, and from that, a lot can grow. We have the Five of Swords here because I still want something. Yeah, the Tower and the Five of Swords. And who else is there? With the Three of Swords. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So some of you are actually working through a breakup. Okay, this is something recent. It was kind of a long time coming. But then when it happened, it just happened also quickly. And also I'm seeing like this whole switch of a person. It was almost like they did like a 180, I guess, or 360 on you. It was the opposite. Then it's a 180 because a 360 is the other way around, and then they're the same person again. So it's a 180. Okay, we got that out of the way. So they did like a 180 on you. You're like, whoa, I've never seen this side of this person. It's like, I'm shocked. Like, what? Like, I'm shocked. And maybe this is something connected to the past. And so you choose the pathway of your own individuality. And there grows a lot. So the fact that you're making that decision and things just feel like a sort of a whirlwind in your face, it stabilizes and it brings you to a really good thing, because your individuality and the journey with yourself, Aries, looks very, very stable, very powerful, very, very good. Like, I just wanted to say that one more time. So if it's you with you, don't fear that, because it will get you places. If it's you and other people, there's a lot of potential from the work that you're doing and the other person, but at the same time there is work involved. But there's potential. So that work, if it is invested, it can definitely get you places. I'm just saying there's still potential, but at the same time, it depends on the situation. It really does depend. But like I said, in the end, like all your stories end up with such great cards. You end up with the Emperor, you end up with the Ace of Cups, and you end up with the Knight of Pentacles. So I do have to say that there might be. I'm gonna take one sip. There might be a person who is a gaslighter. Like they can create a situation almost like they mastermind the situation, and then they completely gaslight you like it never even happened. Like they didn't even say that. They didn't even. It's like, but I know that it was, and they just kind of sort of just gaslight you into like you're the one with the problem when they actually initiated that whole situation to like evolve that way. It's almost like a gaslighting narcissist energy. They have tendencies. It's not like they're complete narcissists. Everybody has narcissistic tendency. Like we all do. It's our shadow side, but doesn't mean that we are out there, operating from that side. I mean, we all have it living within us, but we're not are all, in that energy. It's like just as much light, we have as much darkness and shadow within us, and that's, it's good because there's supposed to be a balance, but some people really are living in that energy, and that just doesn't flow, and it kind of makes, if you're very close to a person who is coming in, vibrating in that type of frequency, what happens is that you're just kind of lose your own sense of self because you don't even know what's what anymore at one point. But in the end of the day, you are getting out of that and you are finding yourself again. So this is really all about you coming home to you, and it's very, very beautiful, Aries. I love this because from that space, you are really the best version of yourself, and you are adding a lot to this world and to the people around you. But just overall, we need you. Okay, we need you. All right, Aries. I love you. Have a beautiful month of September, and I will be back soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.